The scent of roasted chicken and herbs curled through the air, a deceptive warmth against the cool tension settling in my chest. Marjorie sat across from us at the long, polished dining table, her hands folded neatly over her pristine white napkin. Her voice dripped with sweetness, smooth as honey yet thick enough to choke on. "Move into my guest wing," she proposed, eyes glinting in the chandelier's soft light. "Save your pennies. Build your nest egg." Sadie's fingers curled around my arm before I could react, her hazel eyes lighting up with hope. The golden strands of her hair shimmered as she turned to me, her excitement as clear as the shine of her wedding ring. "See, Cole? It'll be all right. She's just Mom being Mom." But to me, Marjorie was never just a mother-in-law. She was an ever-present shadow, peering into every corner of my life, dissecting my choices with sharp, disapproving eyes. Since the day I met Sadie, she had made it clear that I wasn't enough for her daughter. My hands were too rough, my job too dirty, my life too small for someone as lovely as Sadie. She had even said it outright once, her lips pursed in distaste. She was happier before you, Cole. Freer. It cut deep, but I buried it, the way I always did. Sadie was worth swallowing my pride. Still, there was something in Marjorie's presence that coiled tight in my gut, a quiet warning I couldn't quite name. Sadie laughed it off when I brought it up later, pressing a kiss to my jaw, her voice soft with reassurance. "You're imagining things. She's harmless." Maybe I was worn down from too many hours hunched over engines, grease wedged deep into my skin, exhaustion settling into my bones. Maybe I was seeing monsters in the shadows where there were none. But Jace never sugarcoated a damn thing. We sat in his cramped flat a few nights later, cracking open cold beers. He ran a hand through his scruffy beard, his dark eyes narrowing over the rim of his bottle. "You're nutty, mate. Moving in with that old hack. She's got a grip like a Rottweiler and eyes that miss nothing. You're walking into quicksand." I laughed it off, but his words stuck, clinging like burrs. Jace had a knack for sniffing out trouble, and I'd seen him be right too many times. Still, we needed this. Just for a little while, I told myself. A few months under Marjorie's roof, and then we'd have enough to get out, to build something of our own. So we packed up our tiny life, my toolkit, Sadie's endless piles of clothes, the sagging furniture that had seen better days, and hauled it all to Marjorie's sprawling house on the outskirts of town. The place was old, towering, with dark wood and long hallways that swallowed sound. The guest wing had its own entrance, but I knew better than to believe it would give us any real space. I could already picture Marjorie with a spare key, slipping in whenever she pleased. That first night, I lay awake, Sadie curled against my chest, her breath warm and steady. The room was too still, too pristine, nothing like our old apartment with its leaky faucet and cracked walls. I could still hear Marjorie's voice from earlier, sickly sweet, but laced with unspoken authority. "No smoking in my house, Cole. No late nights disturbing my routine. Keep it tidy. I didn't sign up to be your maid. I hadn't signed up to be her tenant either. But there I was under her roof, under her rules. Sadie was the only thing keeping me sane. She was the reason I bit my tongue, the reason I convinced myself this was worth it. Just as my body began to sink into sleep, a floorboard groaned outside the door. A slow, deliberate creak. My eyes snapped open. The house was old. It could have been settling. That's all it was. That's all I told myself as I lay there, listening. But my heart pounded a different truth. By dawn, I was already up, slipping into the garage with an old carburetor, needing something, anything, to remind me of myself. The weight of a wrench in my hand was familiar, grounding. Through the open window, I heard the clatter of pans, then Marjorie's voice drifting out, casual but pointed. "Cole's an early bird, isn't he? Good to know his routines." My grip on the wrench tightened, my knuckles bleaching white. She was just being nosy. That's all. That's what I kept telling myself. But the knot in my gut twisted tighter, rust spreading through steel. We were here now. We had to make this work. For Sadie. For us. I just hope Jace was wrong. I hope this place doesn't consume me completely. I'm Cole Grayson, and living under Marjorie's roof is starting to feel like a chokehold tightening around my neck, one slow, suffocating day at a time. I slam a bag onto Russo's desk, the weight of it sending a dull thud through the air. Small black cameras tumble out, rolling against the wood like discarded marbles. "My mother-in-law put these in my bedroom," I say, my voice rough, laced with fury. "She's been watching us." Russo, broad-shouldered, grizzled, the kind of cop who's seen too much, raises an eyebrow. He picks up one of the tiny devices, turning it over between thick fingers before giving a low whistle. Hidden cameras, huh? That's illegal as hell. Surveillance without consent. You got proof she planted them. I nod, my jaw clenched tight. She admitted it. Said it was to make sure my wife was happy. Russo exhales sharply, tapping a pen against his desk before scribbling something in a notepad. His face hardens. We'll need a statement. If this checks out, we're looking at a warrant. For the next hour, I lay it all out, moving into Marjorie's house, her endless rules, the moment I spotted the blinking red light, the confrontation that followed. Russo listens, nodding, asking sharp questions, his pen never stopping. By the time I leave, there's a file with my name on it and a commitment to dig deeper. I step outside feeling lighter, as if I've dropped a weight I didn't realize I was carrying. Back at Jace's place, my phone won't stop buzzing. This time, it's Sadie. Not just texts, but calls, her name flashing on the screen like a warning. I let it go to voicemail. When I finally listen, her voice comes through sharp, brittle with anger. Cole, I'm suing you for the savings. You can't just take it all. Mom says you're unhinged. Unhinged. I laugh, loud and bitter, the sound scraping my throat like broken glass. Jace, sprawled on his couch with a beer in hand, glances over, smirking. They're flipping it on you, huh? Classic. I'm not surprised. Marjorie has always been a master at twisting reality to suit her narrative. But it stings that Sadie's going along with it, taking her side without hesitation. That joint account? Mostly my money. My paychecks. And now they're coming for it. I need help. Someone who knows the law better than I do. Jace claps a heavy hand on my shoulder. Talk to Riley, my ex. She's a lawyer. Hates overbearing in-laws like nobody's business. I call her that afternoon. Riley picks up on the second ring, her voice sharp, cool, all business. I don't waste time. I lay it out, the cameras, the move out, the lawsuit threat. She listens, then lets out a satisfied hum. Sounds like a gold mine of a case, she says, and I can hear the grin in her voice. Unlawful surveillance? That's a felony. And the account? If those deposits were yours, they have no legal footing. I'll crush them. I like her already. Fierce, relentless, ready to fight. She asks for my bank statements, and I send everything I've got. By the time we hang up, she's promised to file a counterclaim by week's end. For the first time in days, my pulse feels steady. I turn to Jace, exhaling slow. She's in. We're hitting back. He grins, cracking open another beer. Nice. Let him squirm. A few days later, I'm under a car at the garage, oil slicking my hands, my phone wedged between my ear and shoulder. Russo's voice comes through, steady and gruff. Warrants out for Marjorie. I freeze, gripping a wrench tighter. We're picking her up today. Your statement plus the hardware? It was enough to move fast. I slide out from under the car, wiping my hands on a rag. A slow wave of something rolls through me, relief, maybe. Victory. They're not getting away with it. Not this time. I thank him, hang up, and lean against the workbench, picturing Marjorie's smug smile twisting as the cuffs click shut. Sadie's lawsuit is still hanging over me, but with Riley in my corner and the law on Marjorie's tail, I'm not worried. I have my ground, and I'm fighting from it. This isn't over, but it's a damn good start. The late afternoon sun dips low as I stand outside Jace's apartment, shadows stretching long across the pavement. It's been a hell of a few days. Marjorie's got a warrant out for her arrest. Riley's gearing up to rip Sadie's case apart. And me? I'm still standing,